Okay, so I have a new project, something that I'm trying. That is a gorgeous house. My gosh. Okay, I should never really record while I'm driving because, child, the type of shit that goes on while I'm driving. I promise you I'm paying attention. I'm being very, very safe. Okay, so I have decided to try a thing. Okay, I'll tell you later about why I'm doing it because it's just going to be a way long video than it needs to be. But I decided that I wanted to like just figure out some more things that like more social, more active things to do. And by active, I don't mean like physical activity, but just something other than sitting on my goddamn couch. Because I've been doing that mainly not you know, y'all know this. No parts of me is lazy. Well, I mean, maybe my attitude is lazy, but like I get around, I move, I do things, right? But the point of the matter is that a lot of just because we're in the beginning of the season, it's like I'm so emotionally overwhelmed and just kind of like done with humans. Like in the best way. I love my families. I love the students at my studio. I love my staff. Like I love my staff. I'm, you know, live with my daughter, so I'm generally just around people so much that Saturdays, the weekends, my daughter's not there, and it's that's one of very few times where I can just kind of like do nothing and not, you know, engage with people. And so I've been kind of just sitting and doing nothing. And I say that to say the challenge that I have with that is there's nothing wrong with sitting and doing nothing. So let me just be clear on that, because I don't want somebody to come for me and be like, I mean, shut up. Shut up. Sing, shut up. Ain't nobody talking about you. I'm talking about me. Right now, this is my post. I don't care whether or not you feel like there's something right or wrong. I'm just saying, for me, the challenge that I have with that is that I am an ambivert. And so I'm always, you know, around other people and getting energy from other people, sometimes unwillingly, sometimes, you know, just because I want to. But the point is, most of it is work related. And so I'm like, I want to see myself doing something social that is not work related. And that's mainly because you know, that does feel unbalanced to me. Like it is very unbalanced to be like the only time that I really engage with people is when I'm like basically, you know, being paid to do it. That's not cool. That's not something I want. Again, right or wrong is not even something I believe in, but like for me, it's just not working the way that I would like it to. So that being said, I'm going straight. Actually, I'm gonna just go straight. So anyway, I say that to say, I'm just trying to determine, okay, so, you know, what do I want to do? Oh, can I park here? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm awful about this as well. I just be doing stuff. Oh, is this where I'm going? Is it right there? It's not right there. It's back here. I don't know what's going on, y'all. I have no idea where I'm going. Oh, you cannot back up, down here. Get your ass over. I don't know what is happening, but you do see somebody's behind you. Okay, you're trying to turn there. It's fine. You can go on up into that space, please. I'm just gonna go ahead and go. Yeah, get on my damn nerves. Where am I going? For real. This looks like there might be rats back here. So I was like, okay, so what are some things that I can do, like with this free time that I have? And then, oh, I have a space. I have a espacio. Do I have to pay for this? I mean, like, I think I have to pay for space. Who wants to do that? Anyway, so I'm gonna sit for a sec. I really should go in, but I'm not gonna right now. So I was like, okay, what are some things that I can do, like at home, like, and I could say, oh, let me call a friend, like tonight I'm going out with a couple of my girlfriends, but realistically I'm like, I just want to do something that's like me and kind of celebrates just this free piece. No, I ain't beholden to anybody in terms of whether or not I make some good suggestions about stuff or bad suggestions. I don't have to deal with other people's energy as much, but I still can be social. And so I looked up this idea of like, you know, solo dates, like what's a cool solo date in DC. And then I saw this article that's like 50 solo dates in DC. And there are various ranges from things that I was like, I have done multiple times to things that I probably will never do, but we gonna see. I'm gonna see how adventurous I'm gonna get here. But I decided I was just gonna do this because I don't really spend a lot of time like just doing things that are just for me, and doing things that I enjoy that are just for me. Now, I don't know if I'm gonna enjoy all of these things. I'm a solo person, so like realistically, I've solo traveled before. Like I move about a lot of times solo, so there's no like, you know, some people are like, well, this is good for me because I'm just so always around it. No, it's not. I do have solo time. I just want to do solo time where I'm enjoying myself. I'm also not dating, which choice, understand, no question. I don't have any issues about that. I know a lot of people in society might have issues about that, but I do not. I'm 50 years old. I've dated a lot in my life. I've been in a lot of mother effing relationships, and I can tell you I'm good. I'm not saying that I won't ever date, but I am gonna say that I won't date until I know what I want, because what I was finding myself doing is going out on multiple dates with people, and there's this sense when you're dating people that it's like, oh, so are you just dating just to date, like to like get free meals? Okay, first of all, sir, I can pay for any food that I want. Plus, I like the way that I eat is so weird anyway. Like, can't eat gluten, dairy is problem. Like, you know, come on. So you ain't even paying anything for this. I'm not a drinker at all. So like, shut up. If you that broke, baby, you don't need to be going out. But either way, the point that I'm making is I don't want to waste people's time. I don't know what I want right now. And so because I don't know what I want, it's no point in kind of dating and trying to see what I see. You know what I'm saying? I think, if anything, it's a good time for me to date myself and determine like what I enjoy, what I don't enjoy. I kind of know that at 50, but I'm always open. You know, that's if I do nothing else, I just want to be open to new things at this point. So first one is journaling at a coffee shop date, journal, people watch. I'm gonna just go do that. I found a place. I was excited about it. I'm like, okay, they have a gluten-free waffle, love you, and they have matcha, and so I'm like, all right, we're good. I got my little journal. I don't like writing. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a writer. I know people like to do it. I don't like it. Hurts my wrist so much. It doesn't hurt my ankles, but it does hurt my wrist to write, and so I don't really do it a lot, but you know, I'm after trying something new, you know, let's see how it goes. And if I can get a good gluten-free waffle out of it, we're down. So I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to see how much I feel comfortable documenting, because I don't know if I'll feel comfortable. I don't like when people are just randomly recording in public places, so I don't know if I'll feel comfortable doing that, but I will record what I can, and I will let you guys know. Hopefully this gluten-free waffle is good, because that's really the purpose of why I'm here. And the solo date aspect is just a part of it. I will say, this is already like a real date, because when I looked at put it in the directions, and it was like, it closed at 2, and I'm like, damn, it's 1:23. But then it's weird, because some places it says close at 5, so we're gonna see. I don't know when this place closes, but I'm gonna run in now, because 30 minutes of people watching. If it is closing, I'm going to find another place to do it, because I do want to do the date and like fully see what it's like. So okay, that's all. I got nothing else. I'll talk to you later. Wish me luck. We did it. There's a lot. Let's see, what do I say? So it does not close at 2, which was great, because I didn't want to feel rushed when I got in there, and I was like, all right, I did what I generally do on a date, which is I set my timer or my parking for the time that I want to spend there. Sometimes I enjoy the dates a lot, and because I enjoy them, I'll just end up staying longer. But then ultimately, you know, it's better to like leave a date and want to date more than it is to leave a date and be like, damn, we spent way too much time doing that shit. Now I have nothing else to talk about. So I just kind of was like, an hour and a half seems like a good amount of time to have something to eat, journal, people watch. I didn't do much people watching. Where I was sitting, there just wasn't like a lot of people near me. But there was a girl who was having a very deep conversation for a coffee shop. I was like, why? What are we talking about? Why is this so serious? It also was like very weird that she had her like stuff plugged up behind me, which is okay because I didn't need to use it or anything. But it was a weird thing because it's like the table that she had her stuff plugged up into, she could have just been sitting at. So why like essentially take up 2 tables? Because that's kind of what she was doing. And I'm just like, child, what's going on? Why don't you just use this table? So because she had her table plugged up behind me, it was a situation where she kept moving her damn cords, and I'm like, you want to keep hitting me with that fucking cord, or what's going on, ma'am? It's happening. Like, and I'm like, she had her stuff all packed, because otherwise I'd be like, do you want to just switch tables so you don't have to utilize my head? It's your like path. I don't get it quite, but it wasn't that serious. It was like, all right, stuff like that doesn't bother me as much. It's just hilarious to me that I'm just like, there's a way that this could be so much easier for the both of us, but she didn't want that. It's not what she wanted in her life. And you know, like it just wasn't, you know, I was like looking around, people were like in a couple, you know, it just like, so I was like, I don't want to really be looking all up in people's faces and things. So I just kind of was like, it's cool, I'm gonna just do my thing. So the food, okay, let's talk about this gluten-free waffle because it really actually tasted like a foot. I don't know what it was, but there was something that maybe it was made with like some sort of sourdough type of a feel or taste to it, but it tastes like feet. And not that I eat feet, because I'm just gonna put that out there. I don't have people's feet in my mouth, but like it's like, you know what something kind of like smelly feet, you know, they kind of smell like. It sort of had that like cheesy parmesan-y taste to it, which was kind of weird. And a waffle, and they also gave you so much, and I was like, I do not have any desire to eat this waffle. And somebody had mentioned this in the review, so I'm gonna go on a limb and say that too. But the syrup was so small, such a small amount of syrup, that it was like, you really couldn't get through both of those unless you just wanted a dry waffle that tastes like feet. But ideally, that wasn't the feel that I was going for. So I just decided, it's right. I just won't eat the whole thing, which is fine. Because it was enough food. I really didn't need that much waffle. So, and eggs were fine. The eggs were fine. The turkey bacon was fine. I mean, it was turkey bacon. Eggs, it was eggs. And their matcha, okay, so this is what I'll say about matcha. Like, my experience with matcha that I was like, damn, this is good, was strawberry matcha, or matcha with like strawberry, like real strawberry preserves, I guess. Preserves. I don't know what was at the bottom of that damn matcha, but it was freaking tasty. And so whenever I say I want a matcha, that's what I want. Not just regular matcha. And I was like, oh, they don't have like the strawberry matcha. Okay, so let's get regular matcha. They were like, oh, they have lavender syrup. Okay, let's try some lavender syrup. Yeah, it was just okay. I'll just say that. Every meal don't have to be amazing. Every meal don't have to be amazing. I'll just leave it at that. It wasn't bad. It was okay. But I did enjoy the writing more than I thought I would. And what I ended up doing was I used ChatGPT, you know, my friend, my girl, that like I used, and I was like, you know me, because I talk to you all the time. Like, what are some cool prompts that I could use for manifestation? And ultimately, the reason why I decided to do this, I spend a lot of time kind of like being in the energy of dealing with the things that are in front of me, and I've learned to deal with them from the standpoint of really appreciation, which is great. It's the reason why I feel really good a lot of times. But I don't really spend a whole lot of time actively like creating. Now, I will say, you create every single day by just living, right? So, once you know what you don't like, you know what you do like. Do you know what I'm saying? That type of situation. So I did say I wanted to do a little bit more practice on the kind of like enjoying and not manifest, like creating the idea of creating what I want in my life, but not from a standpoint of like looking at what isn't, but like just because it feels good, if that makes sense, to kind of just be imaginative and be creative and dream. So I was like, let me just, maybe that's kind of the way that I went. And so I think the prompt that I used was, what would it feel like in your body and in your life if da-da-da-da-da happened, which I'm going to leave the da-da-da-da to me, because, you don't really need all that business. And that was cool. Like, it was really cool. And I got some really cool, like, inspiration while I was doing that. So I was like, all right, I'll call this a go. I wrote until my hands started to bother, my wrist started to bother me, as I told you guys before. I don't generally like to write because I don't like the way that it feels on my wrist. I've had tendonitis before, and it kind of is consistent. It'll get persistent if I write too much or do too many things that require me to, okay, that looks inappropriate. But do you know what I'm saying? Like, so I do it until the point of like, kind of, okay, I don't enjoy doing this anymore. And then I like let it go. So I did that. It was great. It was exactly what I needed. So I would say this was a pretty cool solo date. If I left it with someone else, I'd be like, that was a cool date. I'd want to do that again. Right. I wouldn't say I'm in love. I would say that I would want to do it again just for the experience of doing it. And because it was with me, somebody that I enjoy, doing things that I also enjoy, which is creation and manifestation and dreaming and just having a good time, then that worked. And, the waffles are the waffles. That's just really what they are. They were the waffles. The good thing is I know that I won't be sick later, because I did not ingest gluten. I'm not celiac, luckily, so I don't have to worry about any cross-contamination. So the biggest thing is just that I had to have waffles that taste like cheese. So that's that. And that's that. I won't get those again. Probably actually won't go there again, but I won't get those again for sure if I ever go. So I hear that the tacos are phenomenal. It just wasn't a taco time for me because I hadn't eaten yet, and I do like to start my day with something less flavorful. I want something that's a little milder in the beginning of my day. Dude, you're doing the most. You are really doing the most, and you can't drive. That's what it is. Not everybody can drive well. It's something that I've just realized. I happen to be like very blessed in the sense that I actually can drive. A lot of people can't. So yeah, that's that. That was how it went. And I'll do it again for sure. I took a couple of pictures. Didn't do any videos. I did